Okay. I feel like it's a separate... Nice delts. Oh, geez. Do I need a brand new chat? I think I do. But I think this is a totally new link. Oh my god. That's annoying. Well, now I know how to stream on YouTube, I guess. I guess we'll see how the... Did I break it? Well, it doesn't let you... It wouldn't let me restart to the same, like, stream. I don't know. I don't know how to YouTube clearly. But I was able to turn down the latency. I only turned it down to the middle setting because the super fast, ultra low latency says you don't get 1080, I think. It seemed like it had limited settings. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just do the middle one. Trying to... Okay, that looks better. Yeah, that's a lot better. It's still not as good as Twitch, but it's a lot closer, so I'm fine with that. How do I even mod people on here? Add as moderator. A managing moderator or a standard moderator? What the fuck? Why is there... A managing moderator can manage block words and change chat modes in live and also has capabilities of standard moderators. A standard moderator can review and remove chat messages and hide or put users in timeout. Standard. Barry, you're not even a mod in my channel. Didn't you give it back? You just want it right now. It's a matcha lemonade. It's pretty good, actually. Editor versus chat mod. I'll just give Ubi the extra mod if he shows up. I don't think he cares. We get these really rad emotes. They're kind of cute. I lost it so hard for like a second. You mean like my brain? My train of thought? I'm not gonna make any random person whose name I don't recognize a moderator. You gave it back and then I gave it back and you kept it. Oh, okay, I couldn't remember. That's funny. Okay, now my, no, whatever, I'm not gonna update my story. If people make it to my YouTube channel, I feel like they should be able to figure it out even if the link is wrong and it's dead. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I should post a new one. Oh. You know what? If somebody's too stupid to figure out how to find the actual live one, then I don't care. It's a one-time day, weird stream day. I don't need to try that hard. Okay, I'm gonna pop out this chat. It is really annoying that I cannot change the text size without just making the whole page ginormous. Am I just making new mods after all we've been through? Shows them live at the top of my channel. Okay, good. They'll be able to figure it out. It's tomorrow. It's like 4 a.m. tomorrow. I think it's done. It was only a 3-day ban. They don't. It's annoying. I am very annoyed that they aren't just explicit about what crosses the line. You're just supposed to kind of guess. It's like, I don't know. I suppose they do it so that you can't just exactly not do what they want you to do. But I don't know. Gonna try and do this more often? Why would I do it on YouTube more often? I mean, clearly we've established this is a terrible platform. Why would I ever use YouTube after I don't have to? It's much more drab compared to Twitch? Yeah, it's awful. It was the explicit list that... but you don't know that. You don't know if it was the explicitness. For all we know, it wasn't even that, and it's just because I have an OnlyFans link. For all we know. Because we don't actually know. Okay, I need to figure out how I want like all these windows. I'm gonna be squinting at the TV so fucking much. I think I'll do this. Explicitness, body painters with suspiciously little body paint. Or the girls with literal string bikinis, and laying with their entire backside to the camera, so they're essentially naked from behind. Or the ones where the mirrors are like showing every single angle of every single crevice and everything. That's why I was saying earlier, I've been joking that the problem was that I offered sexual content, but I didn't actually give sexual content, and I should have just given the sexual content. And then I would have been safer. New viewer from country of Romania. Make mod, please. I'm high-tier Ducati engineer. I can make big bike for you. But if they've got 3 inches of latex on, it's not explicit. 3 inches of latex? But more clothing is more explicit somehow? Please explain. It's very sweaty in here. I need like a hair tie or something. Dental floss in a bucket of water, so it's a pool stream. That's so shameful. Please link me these streamers with latex on so you can avoid them. They have to put latex over their nipples so they don't get pokies through the paint. Oh yeah, no, I know. Barry's point, though, is that a lot of the body painting streamers don't really body paint. They pretend to body paint as an excuse to stand there essentially naked. YouTube art allows artistic nudity on live streams if they're properly marked. Good to know. I mean, also at the end of the day, if I were to get forever banned because of dumb shit, I would just be like, okay, whatever. I'll probably get lifting done faster because I'll talk less, or I'll get more lifting done because I talk less. So I'm just annoyed about the lack of clarity about it. Like, somebody reported and then probably included a clip or referenced some specific thing. Why can't you see the report? You don't have to see who the user is, but see what the report says. That would be nice. I don't know. Stream on Discord? Yeah, I don't want to. Discord's annoying. And then that would be way more setup and difficulty for me. For YouTube, I literally had to do 2 clicks. I connected my account. I'm like logged in to YouTube and Google and everything. So I clicked one button in OBS that said connect account to YouTube. Went over there, clicked the button that said yes, really connect to YouTube. And then I hit start stream. And that was it. That's way easier for me than Discord. For Discord, because the way it's set up on this computer, it would be annoying. Stream, oh my god, I'm gonna kill all of you guys. Stream on Facebook. Let's see here. But I hadn't actually cleaned up this stream since that stream, or cleaned up this room since that stream. There's still like shit in the way, probably. I don't know. Cameras are wrong. I could just FaceTime y'all. You think I have an iPhone or something? I did not have pre-workout. Is Periscope still a thing? I don't know. I don't think so. I need to change the music. Like, see, my incline bench is just tossed the fuck over here. I did finish the Lego tree. I should nag Ubi. I wanted him to take good pictures with the camera. Oh, we should put it outside. I bet he's not watching at all. I'll just message him. Oh God. Giving sexual content already. It is organized chaos. I agree with that. You like the gym tour one? Oh, thanks. I'm gonna message you, B, and be like, take good pictures of the bonsai. Take him for a ride and they pull it out. Then pull it out of your backpack when he's starting to take pics of the Street Fighter. Like it would survive. But yeah, that's the only way to get him to take pics is if he's already taking a picture of a motorcycle. I got to ride the Street Fighter today. He let me, even though oh my God, this thing is never gonna stay. Even though we're past the first service miles, there's still wiggle room, so he let me ride it to my company picnic to show it off to friends. Someday I'll actually get a wrench and get this screwed in tight enough so that it'll stay instead of just falling out every time you touch the seat. While the camera is out, pretty sure it's time to go over a bit. Oh yeah, it is. Shane said that we can go up to like 1,000 and the service is 600. And we're at like 780 right now. But shouldn't go too much over. Oh my gosh! Hello, Sunny G! Fancy seeing you here. Oh, I should put my donation bar on this screen. Where's my donation bar? What happened? I mean, who really knows? But I was doing a charity stream for my friend, well, fundraising stream, to try to earn money for her skin removal surgery. So we had incentives to try to get people to give her more money. Like she would take bikini photos and stuff like that. The one thing that would be understandable, even though it didn't go through a Twitch donation, but I had someone donate $300 to her GoFundMe in exchange for panties. So if they were like, oh, you talked about that on stream, therefore you solicited that's like explicit sexual content for money, even though the money didn't go through a Twitch donation. If that's what their problem was, I'd be like, okay, I can see how that's a line. But I don't know that that's what it was, because they don't tell you. All they say is that I offered sexual content. But there's people that are literally giving sexual content on Twitch constantly, and that doesn't count, which is kind of double standards-y. So I don't know. Whatever. The suspension is over tomorrow at like 4-something a.m. Did they choose the condition? Are you gonna send them monthly ones? No? You think I would wear a pair of panties for a month? They asked for a condition, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna satisfy exactly what they asked for. Sorry to hear it's over. I mean, because you like me on YouTube better? Because I yelled at the guy and he found a sympathizing Twitch staffer. That guy wasn't around long enough to get yelled. I don't know. Like, I wondered if it was that one guy, but I thought it was kind of surprising because usually I yell at a lot more people and I feel like there's more people that have probably tried to get me banned in the past. And I felt like it was a pretty chill stream. There was that one guy, but it was like only one. It didn't seem like that long. It didn't seem like I would have made him mad enough to ban me, but like, I think it's just as likely somebody random just came across me and was like, okay, I hate this, I'm gonna report you. Exile suits me? Probably. If I was actually banned from streaming, like, forever, it could be good for me. Maybe not good for other people, but good for me. Trying to figure out what's gonna get you banned here. Now you're not doxing yourself. There you go. If I didn't have to, if I didn't have to talk to a screen all the time, I would either have more time to do other things because I'm spending less time lifting, or I would have more time to get more productive lifting in, or I would just get more yoga in, which could be nice. I've been feeling like I want to do some yoga, and I just don't like doing yoga on stream. Not because of any, like, showing my ass situation or something. It's just not the vibe. I don't know, like, I want to not talk to people while I do yoga. So anyway, if somehow I really wasn't able to stream anymore, it would literally be good for me. I don't stream for me, I stream for you guys. Period panties? I'm not gonna do that. Girl, the Portland, Brazil fan? Wait, how are you a Portland, Brazil fan? You wouldn't get as much done if you couldn't listen to me stream? Wait, was it one of these? What just fell out? I heard something fall out. Oh, it was you again. Okay, I give up. You, whatever. Yoga's been great for you recently. Oh, you've been doing some too? I did not know that. I think that a lot of my chronic kind of injuries would probably benefit from some of the more different kinds of movements that one would do in yoga. I think my body could use more variety, but meh. You have sisters, you know, it's done. If you couldn't listen to me though, Baby Bun, there's plenty of people you could listen to. Why do you think it would have to be me specifically? Also, how do you listen to a person yammer and be productive? If, like you said, you program while doing that, I can't listen to someone talk while actually programming difficult things that I have to think about. I mean, maybe that's why you're not as good of a programmer as you should be. Actually, I think you're fine for how long you've been programming, but still. Do I still want to see you do the yoga poses that hurt? Yeah. On 30 to 90 minutes, a yoga lesson? Wait, what? What was that in response to? On 30 to 90 minutes, a yoga lesson? What? Look, I'm so discombobulated and confused, I didn't even take my rings off. You like listening to people, but there's a line where it gets too much. If I am doing mindless work, I can listen to people. But if I'm actually solving problems, I can't listen to people. Autistic folk need regularity, and me not streaming would distress him. God. This text is too tiny. Coach is getting you to go to a PT that specializes in concussions for some back to lifting plan. Sweet. Can confirm, am autistic. Did the heat wave affect your city? A bit, but not as bad as some places. Like, I think today's high is only like 95 or something. You mean when they get too interesting? Because then you focus on them too much? Is that what you mean? You have Canada smoke? I don't think we have any. Did you send me the clip of the comedian whose girlfriend thought he was autistic when they met? Yes. You mean serious level? I hope you have a good air filter. Y'all can have people on it. Nobody wants it. I don't have ads on here. Well, I mean, I'm sure YouTube has ads, but I don't have the Play My Own ads. A friend you respect told you recently that she thinks you might be a little autistic, and you sent her that clip after. Okay, I am going to fetch water. Wait, Baby Bun, is that me on a motorcycle? Did you also put this picture? You should put this picture in Discord for everybody else to enjoy. These Ducati are beautiful. I agree. There's one non-Ducati though. And you were like, well, I guess this is my only hope. And I don't even like trains. The test helped you figure out a lot. What kind of test? Like an internet test, or like getting tested by a professional of some sort? Google facial recognition correctly identifying chonky calves. Wait, what? I did not see this earlier. That is hilarious. That's amazing. Okay. What else could it be? I don't know. Everybody, go look at You Having a Giggle Mate in the Discord and tell me what you think Baby Bun drew. Wrong answers only. The RAD-7, it's an internet test and not from a professional. I wonder if I'd be autistic based on this test. I'm gonna try that myself. Okay, I need water. I have not drank enough today, and it is hot in here, so I'm gonna just go and not play an ad, but I'm just gonna be right back.
say it is in here. It says it's 88 degrees in here right now.
If you are, it's mild, and there's actually a whole lot of people who have autistic traits, but not enough that it's diagnosable. Diagnosable autism is really just has enough of the traits that they need help. Getting an official diagnosis isn't necessary or useful for adults, as it has to be started as children. I didn't mean to imply that it would be possibly useful. Although sometimes usefulness of something doesn't have to do with the kind of practicality you might expect. It can be useful for someone's own mental health and personal journey to get an official diagnosis if that is something that could be possible. Because sometimes just having something, being able to like identify it and kind of trust, getting the helpful thing for getting an official diagnosis is to know that like, okay, this is probably true and not just me being paranoid or making myself fit something. You know, like sometimes you can make yourself like fit a thing if you're like searching for answers. You can be like, oh yeah, that totally sounds like me. Like looking at how much people decide to believe in, you know, astrology bullshit, it's because they conveniently ignore all the stuff that doesn't make sense and just latch onto the stuff that does make sense, and then they're like, this identifies me, this is the answer. So, there can be a benefit as an adult to be officially diagnosed, I think, depending on your circumstances and whatnot. Not that it's necessarily going to change anything in a like sudden extreme practical sense, but it could help your overall journey. Does that make sense? Thought it's amusing the number of people you've told like, haha, isn't this funny? Who looked at you and just been like, deadpan, yes. I mean, then maybe you just are slightly on the spectrum, and that's fine. Your autism test was weird and you didn't understand some of the questions. Didn't understand them how. You're not fluent in English, but you keep reading the comments, watching my training. Huh. Astrology is nuts. True power comes from crystals. God, fucking crazy people believing in astrology when all they have to do is acquire more crystals. Some of the questions were like, what is the difference between these two pictures? Interesting. I guess maybe there was something that you couldn't see, which is a sign of autism, and that's why you didn't understand them. You drink fit tea every meal for a month, and now you bench 225. If I could drink fit tea every day for a month and bench 225, that'd be fucking worth it. 95. Are you even allowed to bench right now? You want to get wings, but you know you're going to get acid reflux in the morning? Why would that give you acid reflux? Also, I just realized, dancing bookworm, that if I really thought about your name earlier, like I know who you are now, like because of things you said earlier. But if I just read that and been like, who could this be? It's a really obvious name. But I didn't actually like read the words in your name. Like I didn't think about the meaning. I just kind of was like reading letters until just now, and then I was like, oh, duh. Yeah, anyway, I'm stupid. Happens when you eat before lying down. Do you eat too much? Caught. Dox them. Do you not know who they are on Twitch? Yeah. What? Is that a word? Yeah. You don't know who they are? It's Keller Flame. Because he likes books. And he dances. You don't know what you had for breakfast. Do you actually not? You got it from eating just one piece of jerky? Interesting. Have you ever worked on an elimination diet to see what kinds of foods tend to trigger that? Or do you already know the source of your issues? Meat for sure. You probably rarely eat. It's not worth it. You should think you should stop eating at 7 p.m. It's a good thing to do anyways. It's not a good thing to do. It's fine, but it's not good. Can you recommend a song? I guess. Be right back with New Beer? Near Beer. If you give me a song, I want it in Spotify link form. You shouldn't have talked about the autism clip gave away. That is what made me realize, yes. Back with Near Beer. You actually forgot you were anonymous? Oh. Trying to be anonymous. This stuff tastes funny. Is it a new one you just got? You like near beer too? You're an alcoholic, so you can't have regular beer. He has it because he broke his brain, so he's got to be careful with the drinking for a little while. I have it just because one of my acquaintances who races motorcycles is sponsored by Athletic Brewing, which is one of those, and I was always kind of curious, like, people say this brand is a lot better than the old non-alcoholic beers. I'm curious. So I got some because of her, and then I'm like, oh, they're actually okay. And sometimes it's just nice. Like, sometimes I want beer flavor, but I don't want all the calories. And they're like 45 to 65 calories, so it's like a lot easier to fit in. Also, I try to limit my alcohol intake just for basic healthness. You know, I don't need too much alcohol in the week. So it is kind of nice. Your brain's broken for now. You just forgot we weren't still on Twitch. Your RADS R is 185. What level makes you autistic? Athletic Brewing is the tits. So if you drink those, do you have a favorite brand? Have you tried a lot of different ones? Tastes like very, very, very light beer with the aftertaste of hops. It's kind of high. Well, Wonder Chemist has often said that he's on the spectrum, so it's not like it's surprising, I assume. How long does it take to take the test? $65 minimum, 90 strong evidence, 130 mean score for autistics, 160 very strong evidence. Wow, it took you about 15 minutes. I want to take it. I'm just curious. I don't think I am at all. Not in any way that, like, I mean, it's all a spectrum, right? So, if like, how do we even define this spectrum of, like, people who can't talk, people who are, like, still pretty low functioning in one way or another. Over here, like, old school Asperger's level of what we call shit. And then, you know, like, if over here is normies, like, if you're like a little less than some normies, but not quite traditional Asperger's level, does it even mean anything? 80 questions. Depends on how fast you read and answer, you suppose. You found an actual IPA in your beer, so you thought it would be okay. Only 50 calories, though. These emotes suck. Also, women tend to be much better at masking than men. Well, I think a lot of it, this is my pet theory, is that awkward guys, people have less patience for and are less likely to want to be around them, so they don't get as much social experience to practice such things. Whereas women, especially if you're cute at all, somebody wants to be around you. So it doesn't matter how awkward you are, you end up getting more practice socializing, more practice with relationships and peopling and all that stuff in general. Should be classified as different DSM, as different things. DSM did a disfavor by grouping y'all into spectrum disorders. Maybe, I don't know. Awkward girls are found cute, yeah. I mean, even that, yeah. It gives you 4 choices. True now and when I was young, true now only, true only when I was younger than 16, and never true. Interesting. A score of 65 plus indicates you are likely autistic, as no neurotypical score scored above 64 in the research.
A score of less than 65 means you're likely not. What if you suck at remembering what you did when you were younger than 16? Think deep about your answers. Less than doesn't mean not at all, just not enough. Like, I often use words and phrases from movies and television in conversations. True now and when I was young, true only now, true only when I was younger than 16, never true. Also, what's often? I, like, in my head internally, I quote things kind of often, I feel like. But, like, did I when I was, like, I don't know. Whatever. Was I always this way or did I learn how to behave? Oh. I'm often surprised when others tell me I've been rude. I'm never surprised. When they do, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I get that. I didn't mean it that way, but I get that. I sometimes talk too loudly or too softly and I'm not aware of it. Does me getting loud when I get all excited and emphatic mean that I'm not aware? I'm generally aware-ish, sort of. I wasn't aware when I was younger. I often don't know how to act in social situations. I know well. I mean, I feel awkward, but I feel like... Does anyone feel like they know how to act in social situations? You're not a cripple, are you? I'm attracted to a lot of things, but I ain't into cripple. Wait, what? I started talking to some girl online. The first thing she said was some massive in-depth intro to why she matched with you, part of which was that you gave off a Sailor Moon vibe in your bio, which made you laugh, and then you were talking about motorcycles and you mentioned an accident, and she's like, you're not a cripple, are you? Damn, I don't know how I would feel about that. This is gonna take an hour? Now it won't take an hour. I miss my best friends or family when we're apart for a long time. I don't miss anybody. Only Ubi. They're more polite and less scary about it though. Like most girls will come out and say, yeah, I like big dudes and you're big, so hey. It made you laugh, but at the same time it gives you some sketch vibes. Right. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Because I don't blame someone for being like, you know what? I don't want to get into a relationship with someone that has this much baggage up front, like if you were actually crippled. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to abandon you if something happened. But it does kind of give the vibe that she would, and then you're like, are you worth my time? Sometimes I offend others by saying what I'm thinking, even if I don't mean to. I mean, who doesn't do this? I know what this is saying, but like, how does this not happen? My brother used to do this more. I don't think my brother's anywhere near autistic at all either, but he definitely used to do this a lot. Like, he had to try really hard to learn to not do this, and I think he has learned to not do it anymore. But he was the kind of kid where, like, I would realize something was going to be rude, and he wouldn't, because he was just, like, saying the full honest truth, and he didn't realize that sometimes the full honest truth is not the polite thing to say.
You got a 138, is that good? It means you're autistic. Does it happen enough that you feel it's noteworthy? No, I'll say it's not true. This girl you're talking to right now said bigger bald dudes always make you feel some type of way and that you were hot, but she was respectful. I mean, that sounds good. I only like to think and talk about a few things that interest me. Ugh. It's funny how much I'm like, I know what David would say to this. Others consider me odd or different. Guys, am I odd or different? I'm just gonna say true only now. Very sensitive to the way my clothes feel when I touch them. Oh, nope. I'm gonna get such a low score, I can tell. I have to act normal to please other people and make them like me? I mean, who doesn't? I'm not special enough. You cannot stand wearing long pants after having alcohol. Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe you're not. Maybe you've been masking your whole life and this is where you finally accept yourself for who you are. Or not. It's just a test, indeed. I didn't think I was going to score high. I was just curious if I would be like anything or not. I've never wanted or needed to have what other people call an intimate relationship. They just fell into my lap. I don't think I ever, I'm gonna say not true, but just because I probably didn't ever have space to not, I don't know. It's difficult for me to stop and to start and stop a conversation. I need to keep going until I'm finished. I mean, that's true. I can't stop. But it can be a little bit for, I don't know how to answer this one. I'm not good at starting conversations. None of this like color textured stuff really bothers me though, so the same sound, color, or texture can suddenly change from very sensitive to very dull. No. The phrase, I've got you under my skin, makes me uncomfortable. What? That's a thing that makes some people uncomfortable? The sound of a word or a high-pitched noise can be painful to my ears. I mean, wait, what? Of course? How is that not sometimes painful? I feel like this must be something different. I keep lists of things that interest me, even when they have no practical use. For example, sports statistics, train schedules, calendar dates, historical facts, and dates. No, I'm too lazy for that. The same thing, like clothes or temperatures, can feel very different to me at different times. Okay, how is that not true for everybody? Always.
Also, I feel very comfortable with dating or being in social situations with others. Sometimes, but sometimes I'm anxious as hell. How is it, can it be always true sometimes? Sometimes a thought or subject gets stuck in my mind and I have to talk about it even if no one is interested. How is that not true for everybody? If you're like kind of obsessed with something new and cool and you're excited, like you're gonna try to find somebody that will listen to you. Like, I don't, whatever. I've never been interested in what most of the people I know consider interesting. I'm interested in everything. Some people, well, I just can't shut up. I think what we're learning is what we've always known, which is just that I can't shut up. I don't think that's autism, but we can label it something. I've never been interested in what most people I know consider interesting. I mean, I feel like my interests at any given time have been kind of out of the less common. I really don't know how to truthfully answer this one. Like, I was never interested in makeup when everybody was interested in makeup. I finally got around to it because I decided that I wanted to learn how to do it, but like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say never true. I'm interested in too many things. But whatever. What's taking me so long? I'm overthinking things. I get along with people by following a set of specific rules that help me look normal. Definitely not true. It calms me to spin around or rock in a chair when I'm feeling stressed. That's just kind of nice for everybody if you actually tried to do it. Who wouldn't want to do that? But I like rides, so maybe that's why. I've never actually done that in particular. I keep my thoughts stacked in my memory like they are on filing cards. I pick out the ones I need by looking through the stack and finding the right one, or another unique way. How do you know if the way you think about your memory is unique? I think I have an ununique way of thinking about my memories. The same sound sometimes seems very loud or very soft, even though I know it has not changed. Okay, no. When I go somewhere, I have to follow a familiar route or I get very confused and upset. No, but I do get mildly anxious. But that's just because I'm always afraid of getting lost or something, or being late. People tell me that I give too much detail. I probably do. I don't think you can give too much detail. Never told David that he gave me too much detail. I'm often told I ask embarrassing questions. That's a David one. You give too little. Yeah, you do give too little detail. I tend to point out other people's mistakes. Fuck yes, I do. Score 22. Language subtotal 3. Social relatedness subtotal 5. Sensory motor subtotal 5. Circumscribed interest subtotal 9. 22. So 25 is not. 50 would have been some, but likely not. So I'm like definitively not. I've actually had someone tell me they thought I was, but they're a crazy person, so I think that's on them. How long did that take me? Anybody time me? That's wild that y'all scored so high. What? Do y'all have all the sound and like texture and all those things? Or was it more of the people things? Combination of all the things? You didn't score high on the sensory stuff. You posted a full breakdown. You can tolerate close and loud sounds pretty well. You didn't even put your score on a public server. You weren't paying attention. What does it matter? Why does it matter if it's like in the public Discord section, you mean? Your song. Wait, did you link me a song? I missed it. Link it again. People use it to oh my god, bro, you're a dork. Huh. Interesting. So it's very much the social stuff for the bun. Sounds like you just need more practice. And then where's Wonder Chemists? Oh yeah, also kind of same for you. Interesting. What is social engineering? Let's hear what Baby Bun's definition of social engineering is. Please explain to trods what you're afraid people are going to do to you. You're far along in life and career, you can kind of stop caring what people think of you. Solaire doesn't have the same luxury. Indeed. True. When someone uses spear phishing to get someone to provide sensitive information or unauthorized access to the system, that's not what social engineering is. I don't know what Baby Bun is saying. Social engineering is the term used for a broad range of malicious activities accomplished through human interactions. It uses psychological manipulation to trick users into making a security mistake or giving away sensitive information. But that's specifically in the context of information security. It's the manipulation into performing acts. Wow, spear phishing is a term. Although similar to phishing, spear phishing is a technique that fraudulently obtains private information by sending highly customized emails to a few end users. It is the main difference between phishing attacks because phishing campaigns focus on sending out high volumes of generalized emails with the expectation that only a few people will respond. On the other hand, spear phishing emails require the attacker to perform additional research on their targets in order to trick end users into performing request activities. But Baby Bun, how are these things going to be used against you? How do I feel an hour after streaming on YouTube? Not shit. I mean, I streamed on YouTube before. It's still annoying compared to Twitch. Also, I'm sleepy and hot today. So that's more of what I'm feeling. The sleepy sweatiness. Sleepy and sweaty. Cause I rode my bike to this company picnic thing, and that's like what made me really sweaty, and then I feel like I haven't been able to like chill out and feel de-sweatified since that, and so then this is just exacerbating it. Weren't you joking? Did I social engineer you into thinking you were being serious? Did I switch to YouTube because Ludwig did? I don't even know who Ludwig is. No. Just because I'm banned. Normal fish email, lots of spelling mistakes and tells, only wants people who can't tell. Spear phishing, perfect formatting. I don't understand what you're saying. I feel like there's a typo in that sentence or a missing word or something. Wait, are you saying you only want spear phishing because they have perfect formatting? I'm the most badass person you know now. Banned on Twitch, what for? Offering sexual content, apparently. I don't know exactly what thing they think was that. I know one thing that it better have been, but like I don't actually know it's what it was. I was streaming to try to help a friend earn some money for a surgery, so it was a fundraiser, extenuating circumstances. So I did sell panties to someone to get them to donate to her GoFundMe. So if it's that, it's kind of understandable, but I don't actually know that it's that. Must only know like 4 people, banned for trying to swell some sweaty garments. Yeah. Cause you know, like if I sold shorts, and also like the listing only says shorts and then other items or something. But I did say panties on stream. But like if I sell a short, does that cross the line? If I sell a shirt, does that cross the line? If I sell socks, is that sexual? Saying you can tell normal phishing emails because they target people who can fall, so they make it look like awful. They don't want to waste time with smart people who will catch on. Oh, they actually do that on purpose, you think? The spearfish will be well formatted. Yeah, okay.
rear glute spreads. But see, and that's one of the things I wonder, if they were actually going to try to argue that the rear glute spreads was offering a sexual thing, and doing a rear glute spread for money is doing a sexual thing, then like every yoga streamer can't be doing what she's doing, and all of the thoughts that bend over constantly and show their ass in the mirror can't be doing it, and I'm wearing more clothes than they are when they're doing it. They're literally showing their ass, and all you can see is my hamstrings. So, but it's possible, which is why I'm like, was it that? Is it the fact that I have an OnlyFans link? It could be, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. How do we know they're not just bending over? Well, I mean, I guess if it's like, oh, you donated this money and now I'm doing it, then it's in exchange. And so that is a thing, I suppose, I guess. I don't know. The whole thing's just so dumb to me because of how much more overtly sexual people are on Twitch. For Twitch money, Twitch donations, subs, and all of that. But whatever I did apparently is crossing the line. And a rear glute spread is a bodybuilding pose. God damn it. So, you just be like, I'm doing a bodybuilding pose for my hamstrings. Just show off my hamstrings? That's not sexual. Don't you know nothing? Like actual YouTube videos, some of them are stream VODs. Why did I get paid? Their reasoning was offering sexual content. I'm not sure what exact thing they think was that, but there was an exchange of panties for a charity donation. So hopefully just that, and not something that I do any day. I mean, we'll see. Did I sweat in them first or what? No, I did wear them. I don't think I particularly sweat in them. He did ask for them to be rank, but I'm like, you're just gonna get fucking, I'm gonna wear a pair of panties and then you're gonna get them and that's it. He's lucky. I was just feeling generous, trying to help a friend out.
need more water. I feel bad for me. He'll be the only person I've ever sold panties to. And then he's someone who's like followed me on Twitch for like 5 or 6 years. And he just really likes me. And so he's really excited about it. And so like that's kind of sweet, you know? Good for that guy. And then I only feel bad for me because Twitch is so fucking opaque. They don't like tell you this is what you did. They just give you a vague, this is the generic rule you broke. But I don't know if anything else that I was doing, they're also considering an offense, you know? You had a lot of integrity and didn't look at the rear glute spread clips while they were up. Should have looked at them. Although I have shitty ass hamstrings, there's really like nothing to look at. Like, if it was the rear glute spreads, I think they're just fucking wrong, and that's fucked up, and I'd like to see how they explain that you can't do that, but all the other Twitch girls can just lay basically in a glute spread position the whole fucking time. So I feel like it can't be. If it's the fact that I link to an OnlyFans, it's not sexual content on my OnlyFans, so then that's also not fair. Would I have sold the panties if it was someone I saw regularly? I guess, depending on how the whole thing went down. The difference is they have admins who are fans and they bring in a lot of money. Probably. I mean, who knows? They do get bans. I mean, it's not like the thoughts of Twitch don't get bans a lot, and so maybe they just do the thing where they're like, I'll just push the boundaries, and I'll figure out which things actually push the boundaries. And so then slowly over time, they've figured out the exact right stuff that Twitch seems to just let go of. But I noticed Amaranth got banned yesterday, but she was already unbanned today. I don't know if that's just because she has the good connections, or because it was a really minor offense, or what. I don't know. There used to be an admin who would take nudes as payment to protect against bans and such. Is that true, or is that a rumor that got spread on the internets? What's the proof of this? Where did you read about that? I never heard about that. I guess I don't see selling panties as that sexual of a thing. So I'm not really against it in theory. Like to, you know, do that more in the future or whatever. Like, I don't really feel like I'm compromising my morals to sell panties. Which is why I think it's so funny. Like, I'm not doing anything I think is actually sexual. But there's a lot of people on Twitch who are doing things that I think are actually pretty sexual. But that's fine. You're 100% sure it was a rumor that is 50% likely to be true. You see it as extremely sexual because it's almost degrading to the person buying them if they use them in some way. But like, somebody can use anything in some way. Like I said, where do you draw the line? Like, if they buy my shirt, if I sold them a shirt that was used, they can still jack off of that shirt. I don't know, I'm trying to think. Like, obviously, you have to draw a line somewhere, and like, there's never hard lines. It's like the context of the situation, how people are acting, you know, kind of more this is sexual or this is not. People sell you shirts all the time. You sold your shirt a month ago. See? And probably like all I needed to do was just be like, oh, I'm selling you a shirt. Wink, wink. And then in DMs, been like, yes, I'll sell my panties for $300. And then it would have been fine. So it's like, all you have to do is like play pretend, and then it's probably fine. Like, okay. It's not hard to be like sneaky, I guess. It's not hard to still sell all the same shit if that's what you're really trying to do. Boys just worn shirts till they're no longer a shirt anymore. I generally do that too. But like if you buy a shirt and it's like a nice shirt and then you're like, you know what, this color actually really doesn't suit my skin tone, I'm never gonna wear it, but it's a really good shirt. I guess I could just sell it. Or like a concert shirt or something. Got a cool button-up vest at work that makes it look like you're some Mexican biker. Wait, did you take pictures? You should take pictures of yourself. Your phone is full of work pics and bikes. You have to take pictures of yourself when something like that happens to show it to me. This is now a rule. All my stuff is like, I cleared the desk off to build the keyboard in the tree, and now I've lost everything. Where the hell are my pens? You still have it? Oh, take picture now? Have you hooked up the AC yet? Oh, it's at work. Okay, take a picture tomorrow, or you're in trouble. No, you've been too lazy to pack it upstairs and you live with a bunch of cripples. Oh, jeez. And by lazy, you mean actually being smart. The thing is like awkwardly big and therefore probably very stressful on all of this stuff to actually carry. Plug your old one back in and just turn it off every hour. You can't do anything for like a month. Probably the safe thing to do. Because the neck more than the head. You're gonna go stir crazy. Or maybe you'll finally learn how to just like relax and accept downtime and chillness and not having to be an antsy boy all the time. Maybe. It's possible. Should we go and try to ride for a while on the weekend? You be careful now. Get an airbag. See how a little 2-hour ride feels? What the fuck is that? Rest? Gross. Things that are good for you. Things that make you better, faster, stronger. You'll die if you sit in. Well, you don't have to. You cannot sit inside while also not doing risky things. You don't know his life. Daft Punk? What, the song? They do make you feel better. Rest does make you feel better. What is Inside and Fun? Video games, books, movies? That cat board game that Baby One got me is super cute. I finally got to play it, like just a one-player match, and I keep wanting to play it more. Although it's like very puzzly, so with post-concussion, you're not supposed to think too hard for too long, so it might be a bit much, I suppose. Oh, feel stronger, better. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I get it. Sorry. Slow. Brain slow. That makes sense. I'm a dummy. Does Squiddy not have a YouTube account? I'm kind of surprised he's not in here. Unless he's just lurking. YouTube isn't American enough for footy. At least I don't have to find somebody to raid afterwards. Kind of one of the annoying things was that I couldn't really watch Snap's stream. God, you just click on pools and hot tubs and all of the thumbnails. I'm like, literally all of this is more sexual than my stream was. Like, this is selling sex on Twitch. That is sexual content. How can you argue that's not? Like, I don't care. I'm not, like, judging them. It just seems like such a freaking double standard. Whatever. I don't think there's a way to raid on YouTube. I never did find somebody to raid on YouTube normally. I already forgot what I said as far as that goes. Oh, wait, oops. It definitely is, but Twitch likes to pick and choose when it comes to rules. Oh, I know. And that's the thing that bothers me about all of this. About the money-making idea, it was here. Oh, no, I guess I missed it. What was your money-making idea? I was gonna do something when I was done with that set and I forgot what it was. God damn it. Damn brain. Maybe. Are you saying something that's like naughty? DM it to me on Discord. I just see bedtime meds hit way harder than you thought. Maybe they're just hitting harder these days because reasons. I have to water all of my plants. I probably need to be done after these curls. Vagina, maybe you're typing too long? Because you're hungry. Oh, maybe because you're hungry. Maybe there's a character limit. Well, then go to bed, bruh. Oh, weird. It was so good that YouTube is stealing it. He was trying to say you should have a 5K dono thing where you send a picture of a vagina, but it's like an AI generated one. That still would be offering sexual content, would it not be? Don't come back here, it sucks. I plan not to. I mean, we'll see what happens. So if you get 2 of those, you can take a month off work. No, I can't. I'm trying to make money so that Melissa can get her surgery. So even if I could get somebody to give me $5,000 for an AI generated vagina, it's not going to go to me. Also, if I got bonus money, I wouldn't take a month off of work. I would just put it towards retirement. Well, yeah, you can give Melissa money too. You can imagine taking a month off of work, the place would probably burn down. I don't think my work would be that bad. Though a whole month off, that would probably cause some problems for my team, depending on how exactly I set it up. I feel like I could set it up so that they would survive just fine for a month without me. I think the worst thing though is I wouldn't want to take a whole month off, because having a whole month off and then going back to work would suck. I would rather just have half days. I like staying in the flow of working, because going back into the flow of working would kill my vibe. The UK office meme where the guy walks in and the whole place is just on fire. I believe it in your case. Come back and be like, what the hell did you do to the architecture? I've also been working more recently to make sure that multiple people in the team know how to do things, because we definitely were guilty for a long time of having like, only one person knows how to do this thing. So we've got a lot better, I would say, especially for most of the major important things. Like for a long time, there was only one person that knew how to actually deploy both our things, like our server and our desktop client shit. But now everybody knows how to do it. We've got a backup architect, but it's still surprising what he doesn't know. Am I surprised about what people don't know? One thing I've noticed recently, having, finally kind of a noob on my team, because I haven't really ever had a noob on my team, is how much stuff that just seems obvious to me that I think is not, and I think is just them being a noob and not any like negative thing towards their problem solving it or anything. I think it's just purely like, wow, there's a lot of little shit that I've acquired and take for granted. But I'm not sure. I feel like there's just so much stuff of having to tell really obvious shit, and I don't know yet. Jury's out. One of your professors worked at a company where they relied on one guy who knew how to build and deploy, and that guy got hit by a car one time and they couldn't build or deploy for a while. Wait, like actually? Because we always joke about the whole, oh no, if you got hit by a bus, what are we gonna do? How is anybody gonna like carry on? That's funny. Wait, you didn't know that? That seems obvious. Trying to think. There was a whole bunch of them today, because today I had them deploy our desktop software for the first time. And so definitely some of them was like terminology we're used to that you're not totally understandable, even though it's like it's kind of obvious and sort of like in the documentation if you just follow along. It's like, oh, clearly this must be referencing this thing, but like that, so you know, whatever, still that's kind of fine. But there was one where it was like an AWS question, and I'm like, you can just Google how to do, it's just like how to get AWS tokens. It's like just Google how to create an AWS token. And this doesn't need to be added to the documentation. Like there's some things that are so basic. It kind of felt like if you have a programmer and you know, maybe you say like, you know, use Visual Studio, use this, like these are the tools we basically use, but you don't give every exact, you don't necessarily write documentation of how to install Visual Studio and what exactly to like set up to do your task. Like you sort of leave that to the person to figure out however the heck they want to do it. And so some of it was like that where I'm like, you don't have to write this all out. Like this doesn't have to be like and I remember another one. I was like, oh, we have something where it's like our local database is 1-to-1 per user. Like if you try to use another user, you have to create a new database. So that usually doesn't happen for most people in most cases. Like real users are not using multiple users on their same software on a machine. But as testers, we use different users all the time. And so on Windows, you can change which one you're using by changing our reg key to like point at the different location. So you can be like, okay, this is my dev user, this is my production user, this is, you know, whatever. And so I was explaining this to her, I was like, just change the reg key. Like just quit the software, change the reg key. You know, blah, blah, blah. Like, it takes 2 seconds. Like, I switch all the time. And she's like, she was getting really confused. And she's like, once I figure this out, I'm going to automate it. I'm like, what are you even going to automate? I don't even understand what you're going to automate. Because you're just switching one value somewhere. Like, the work of automating just is, in this case, it seems like more effort to try to automate something because you're going to have to put the value in there. It's like, are you afraid of opening the registry on Windows and putting a value in there, and you're going to make a tool that you put a value into instead? I don't know. Ansible scripts. Oh, I do remember that you did that. We don't have enough people to make that worth it. And I think we have an allowable enough difference in the way people do things that is like, I wouldn't want to dictate what they use, but I totally get what you do, for sure. He also said he's worked at companies where they had one guy, him, do literally everything. One person assigned all the work of multiple teams. Well, I mean, that's fine, as long as they don't expect anything to be done quickly. He and I cannot be in the same car or the same plane, etc. The the joke and all is funny, but you're not allowed to travel with your backup anywhere. That makes sense, because if that plane goes down and you're both on there, like, why risk it? Our stuff is also not that complicated, so I feel like some of these things, it's just like, if you can't just figure this out, that's sort of concerning to me. We've written GUIs just to set reg keys for QA because they couldn't figure out regedit. She's supposed to be an SDEF though. So I feel like she needs to figure this one out. I could see, I know, you know what, like, we would not have accepted that for, like, even a peer QA person. I would not have accepted that. If they're fucking shit up because of that, I need a new person. Now, tech support, on the other hand, I could see writing a tool like that just to set the reg key for tech support. That one I would allow. But I'm also really bad at scripting stuff, so I have an unfortunately high tolerance. I did actually have a thought, because she's so, like, pro-automate things, that I'm like, oh, I have something that I should see if you can script for me. Because I, like, 4 or 5 times a year have to go and manually update an expiration date on the, we have a special case kind of license that we've sold mostly just to a few schools, and so I have to go manually update the production server database with a new expiration date when the clients renew, and we only have like around 5 of them, so I just manually do it. But if it ever became more than that, it would definitely be a hassle. And I've always been like, if it ever becomes more, I'll fucking write something to automate this. But then for me, it's so quick and easy to just do it that it stayed below threshold, so I never do it. But I was thinking, like, well, you love to automate things. Because I know it would take me longer to figure out how to automate it than just doing it myself. You've written plenty of tools for production, and the biologist recently. The biologist as in a person who's too stupid to use the software regular, like, manual way or something. Oh, I got really mad because one of our senior, like a lead tech support person, did not know what environment variables were on Windows or where to find them. And there's something we put in there, which was why I had to tell him about it, because he was like, I need to do this thing and I'm having problems. I'm like, well, you have to go change this environment variable here. And he's like, what? And he's like, what's environment variables? How do I get to environment variables? I'm like, what the fuck? You've been in tech support for like 10 years and you don't know what a Windows environment variable is? This was the Excel automation we did in C# because he didn't want to learn enough VBA to do it. Fair, fair. Are you whining at my tech support person? Because that one really ticked me off. I mean, I like the guy, and generally he seems pretty okay. And I guess also, to be fair, I do think like 90% of our customers are Mac. Though, so we have like, 2 products that are the exact same thing essentially, which is font management, but we have like the individual, I feel like there's another word I'm blanking on. But basically we have like the client server enterprise version, for the big people. So that client server big people version of the software, there's a lot more like big Windows houses for some reason, I don't know. And like Germans especially. Germans love Windows, it seems. Or at least German creatives love Windows.
So the issue he was having was involving that particular like enterprise set of customers. And so they are mostly, or not mostly, but a lot more Windows than Mac as opposed to like the other one. So it still was surprising. I'm like, I know that you don't have to do that much Windows stuff, but like, you're the lead. Like, this is weird. It's not much, but you've been programming by trying to write a simple scanner for Java code, but you don't know if the compiler book intends you to write it for the full language. You're not sure you follow button. He's suddenly gotten like this compiler kick. Like he's trying to like write compilers or something. What was the book that you got? And whatever he's trying to do, I definitely won't follow it because I've never tried to write a compiler and I don't wanna. He was like, I finally found something that looks really fun. And then he shows me this fucking compiler book and I'm like, oh my god, you picked the most insane thing to try to do? Like that sounds like horribleness, not fun. But I guess that's the difference in brains. That's the autism for you. I'm just gonna blame it, like, autistics like compilers, that's how you know. I'm being, not serious, in case anyone that's here doesn't realize that. Although, Wonder Chemist works in embedded shit, that's kinda close. Compilers are not fun by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, that's what I'm saying, but apparently to Baby Bun they're fun. First time he's been motivated to program on his own in a bit. Okay, well, I'm done streaming. It's really hot and I gotta take care of all my plants and shit. You only found one compiler output error in 12 years and other people had already found it. You just upvoted it so they fixed it. Yeah, I only remember dealing with one, like, it was probably like 12 years ago. Program something to make your life easier. Have you ever thought about syntax just for something like C++? Trying to make regex for just a valid statement is hard. Yeah, but like, that's exactly why I wouldn't want to do it, because it's hard. It's like too hard. It's not fun hard. You let people who are insane build compilers for you. Me too. Then you use that to make things that are useful. And make things that are minorly useful to a few people. Alright, well, I'll see. I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. Because like I said, I have a thing at 7 p.m. So I might get a short stream in early tomorrow. And just be like, I'm back!